Alrighty, so it is pre-open source, and I am attempting to get Archimedes up and running again, especially as it's like sort of this is the especially intense kickoff of Event SummerSlam, where we've got open source over the next 3 days, and then we've got Teardown, Card Supply Teardown, the 24th through 26th of July, and then we've got DEF CON in early August. So I really want to have this little guy up and running, Archimedes being my robot owl familiar, which I don't know if I can. So basically, for this, there's Archie. I'm attempting to copy the style of, oh dear, of True Cuckoo's synth videos with the mirror, which came up in conversation recently. So we'll see how this goes. It appears that it hates to focus on both of these things at once. I guess I could figure that out. But anyway, means less mental load for me. Even if I'm not quite in focus, that's okay. So anyway, too many things. Pardon me, trying to get this bot up and running, and that means I have a whole list of stuff to do. So, where are you, my list? I'm going to make a new USB power hub. I'm going to, hopefully, fix his umbilical cable and make a new head mount. Been working on maybe install Botango for more naturalistic movements. We shall see. And then I've also got a couple of other ideas, which there's no freaking way I'm going to get all of this. But I'm always ludicrously optimistic about this, so whatever. I'm going to share screen so you can see some of this stuff that I'm talking about. Here we go. Archimedes, my little buddy, has his own page, which is linked in the description of this video. And you can see all about the different versions starting in 2018. Last year, actually almost exactly a year ago, it was pre-open source as well, I was attempting to, oh hey, what's up? Hey Tariq. I was attempting to do this exact thing a year ago. Oh my goodness, brain cell. Was incredibly determined to finally get my robots up and running again, or at least one of them. And actually it was a whole week, so this happens to be my birthday week, and so last year I sort of did this mega heavy lift thing where I was like, there was a Radio Free Fedi Fest, which was like a festival of Fediverse musicians, and Tariq, we were just talking about this thing. That's why I'm doing it. I'm trying it. Anyway, did like a concert that week. Also like a virtual concert, and got these up and running, and I've got a whole blog post about it. But I think I did an Axie Draw, like plotter party thing as well with my pen plotter, and it was just like this. It was the goal was to have basically a dopamine bomb by like fixing a bunch of stuff and doing a bunch of projects that I had in the queue for a million years, and it went really well. And I didn't actually have to like faceplant for the next week, but there was plenty of faceplanting along the way. I anticipate the same for this. I wanted to spend all of today doing robot stuff, but I ended up having to do boring life stuff like laundry, which is still not dry yet. So there we go. At some point I might try and dye my hair again as well. We shall see. But alright, so got this big old list of Archimedes things to do. It's weird seeing myself from this angle. I feel like I'm foreshortened. Do I like squish to you? Anyway, whatever. Okay, so we've got what's first on the list? I spent some brain cells on this earlier so that I wouldn't have to think about it too much right now. Oh yeah, new USB hub thingy. Ahaha, I've got a list about this. Where is the... So here's the idea. You know what? Maybe if I zoom this out a bit, actually, if I like move it back, then I can have a rougher focus, and then things will be less weird. I can get more stuff in focus. Is that going to work? Let's see. Close enough. Oh, now I am large in the mirror. Anyway, all right. So we got this, which is basically, oh, here we go. The idea is I have my three things that I always want to power for these robots. One of them is the brain, Arduino, Jump. One of them is the lights, and one of them is the motors. I like to power all those separately. So then I also want to have power going in, of course. So each of those is going to get a USB out jack and a switch to control it. And inside I'm going to try and put a keep alive device, third-party keep alive device that will hopefully keep the thing awake, even if it's not drawing enough current to keep the battery on. And then also I'm hoping to have a Circuit Playground Express inside of there, which is controlling the lights, but hopefully will also like look kind of cool on its own. The idea is like usually I've tended to just cram a bunch of wires into a little bag that I'm wearing along with everything else, and the jacks get all screwed up and like stop connecting well, and things are not stable, and the power goes out randomly, and it sucks. Cool. Well, it's delightful having you on. So let's see. We've got this companion core that's going to be forming the main brain. It's still going to be kind of upside down inside of Archimedes, but basically, this kind of works great, actually. I can have them sort of both on at the same time. I could just, like, do a little inset, but like we were talking about, that kind of is boring. So off of here comes the power for the controller. Oh, I'm going to just do this. The power for the controller and the power for the motors. And I think this is the motors one, so that I can program stuff without having the motors on all the time. This, I think, was going to a speaker module that I had attached before, and I might do that again if I feel like it, but not right now. So we got two of those USB cables, and then the third one I adore. This is something I started doing last year, and I've upgraded it already. So, oh, I forgot I had this other big thick lanyard thingamajig. Exciting. Okay, so anyway, let me just like hook this up for a second because I'm so happy about it. In previous years, I had the umbilical cable include some NeoPixel strips run through upcycled bicycle inner tube rubber, and it looked really cool because you cut slits in the rubber and it looks awesome. Oh, that is this is fun. The headers have pushed themselves through the plastic here, possibly after overheating. Some hot glue will fix that. Wow, that's really loose. Okay, well anyway, plug these bad boys. Which way does it go? Like that. Okay. Jump, and then if we apply some power to the thingamajig, ideally you'll see what I'm talking about. I got some off of McMaster car. I got some conduit. Oh my god, look at that! It's so good. I love it so much. It's doing a gradient animation that's quite subtle, which I might ramp up the speed on that a little bit just for funsies. But man, I love this. I'm actually not sure how recently I programmed this. Oh my god, cars, why douchebags. Anyway, so yes, I'm gonna murder somebody. I don't know if you can hear the car engines going, but anyway, so very excited about that. So that's going to be basically braided together with these power cables, and all three of those will be plugged into this power module that I am hopefully making from scratch this time. Let's see, I should plug in my hot glue gun and start up my soldering iron. Where is the hot glue? Where have you gone? Pay no attention to the horrible noises. I'm just trying to figure my life out. Ah, where did it go? Well, I've got another hot glue gun around, so BRB. Okay, turns out I did actually put that in a rational place. It's this cool thingy of where... Turns out we don't have to live with the ordeal of constantly running out of hot glue. You can get a 5-foot glue stick at Blick. It just comes in a coil like this, and it's just 5 feet of hot glue. It's awesome. Gone are the days, etc., etc. Let's see, I gotta plug this bad boy in, though. Maybe I should have like a binder clip on that or something. Wait, I got hair clips. They're good for everything. Oh god. Okay. There we go. A hair clip a day keeps the hot glue happy and whatever. Okay, let's see. Where do I plug this bad boy in? Oh, that's horrible. Okay, plugged in. I'm gonna set this up to the side. And when we're ready, I will... Oh, I should start my music. Yeah. I'm gonna listen to something chill. I had like this super intense playlist loaded up, trying to get off my Spotify, but I got so many playlists on there. But I think I'm gonna go to the other chill one that I updated today. Speaking of synthesizer artists who broadcast online, and Annie is a really nice one. Anyway, I'm gonna attempt not to fall asleep to the dulcet tones of that. Okay, so now we need freaking some heat shrink tubing. I'm gonna grab some black. Oh, you know what? I need clear because I need to be able to tell which orientation the cable goes in. You know what? I should just use a better method for that. I've got... Here we go. Nail polish. I've found that this is actually really good for marking 3D prints for like versions and stuff. Just white out, but nail polish also never fails, so... Let's see. I want to mark which way this goes in. Where did the end of the thing go? I'm trying to stabilize. It is right here. So how do I mark this? Man, that is just so slidey. Well, I can just leave this part out exposed. That's fine. Okay. Black heat shrink it is. Yeah, it's super simple. I think this is... I got this from like a dentist years ago. I don't know. Definitely helped, I think, to like zoom or move the camera back and refocus. But I also think that if I had a larger mirror, it would look a little better, but that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna do one of my favorite things to do with heat shrink, which is... Where'd you go? Which is cut a piece. This is almost right, but not quite. Let's go a little shorter. Is that a bad idea? No, I'm gonna leave it this long. Okay, I'm gonna leave it this long. Slide it over. And then when I'm ready, I'm gonna just inject hot glue into there. It's gonna go everywhere. I'm probably gonna burn myself, but it'll fill up with the void space and shrink the heat shrink at the same time. Talked a bunch about this on the last Hack-A-Glow, or Dayglow, I think. If you're not familiar with Dayglow, that is this show I have with my friend David, where we go live, oh my goodness, for like 4.5 to 5 hours and like dig into hardware in ways that like we never really got to while we were constantly on deadlines. I mean, we're both constantly on deadlines anyway, but like it's a little different now that we're indie. Okay, well, I'm Mindy anyway. I don't know. David's always got like 5 jobs. So, while the hot glue heats up, I'm resting that on my silicone baking mat that I use for a soldering base. So here's Archimedes, his page, and here's Open Sauce, which is where I'm going to be this weekend. And here is the thing that ate my life for the last like month and a half. In a wonderful way, but like, ugh. I would love to do another one of these, but like in a year maybe. And I updated the tutorial for that with a shot of the final badge in green. I'm hopefully going to be getting one of these in black. If you're not familiar with Dayglow, that's our Shio. I'm trying to launch Charmware at some point this summer. And, oh yeah, this is one of Cuckoo's videos. That's the guy. Alright, let's see. Where are we on the thingy? Is it hot enough to hurt? Probably. Okay. Yeah, I actually haven't heard back about how the badge event. Well, okay. The last thing I heard was everyone loves the badge, and I'm very excited about that. And as far as I'm concerned, no further news is good further news. But I'll probably see Jessica this weekend, and I'll have to ask her and ask her for one of the black badges if she managed to get one left over to bring home. Oh, I hate this. Why are you being such a jerk to me? This might require a little extra wrangling. Oh, let's not drop hot glue. Oh, I already dripped hot glue all over that. Oh dear. Well, that's fine. What else? It'll come off once it's cool. Stop touching that, Merlin. Okay. Yeah, hot glue all over my fingers. That's great. Oh, my goodness. This is a fool's errand. You know you can't pull hot glue off of the... God. Okay, well, anyway. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to not slide that plastic thing down. This is a little fiddly here. Let's squeeze it. Nope, it really doesn't want to. I might have to go up a size just so I can get this in place. Let's see. No, I'm going to use tweezers like a smart person. Will that even work? I'm going to use pliers like a smart person. There we go. Okay. Got those in place. And got these bad boys. We'll hold that so the plastic doesn't slide. There we go. That's using the old brain cell. Okay, now we just... That's so much hot glue. I probably went a little overboard with that, but who cares? I'm going to leave this plugged in because I might need it again later. And I'm probably going to burn myself on it later on, but Chekhov's hot glue gun. There we go. Alright. I'm just going to let this kind of do its thing, and then later on I'll peel some of that off. Did that go off for some reason? I probably messed with it while I was flailing around here. Okay. Let's see if I can do some nonsense here. Just give these an extra yoink. There we go. That's pretty good. Nice and even there. Ish. The middle one's kind of sticking out, but who cares? Alright, so... that should work. Okay, so now, I think the thing I need to do while my brain is most fresh is... she says starting at 11:30 p.m. Is lay out this little power splitter thingamajig I'm trying to make. So, oops. So I want this kind of be in the top. Oh, you know what I had? I had grabbed an old Raspberry Pi enclosure. I'm like, it's got a clear top. I feel like it might sort of help with this, just like making a prototype. So, burb. So, like, this is the opposite of compact, but it should give me a framework in which to assemble all this stuff. And, you know, the idea eventually is to turn this into an actual PCB design, and then it'll be a lot more compact, and I won't have to wire everything by hand. So, it's for the best. Who cares? Alright, so we got that. Waterproof enclosure. Ooh. So durable. This is definitely overkill. Wait, this is not a Raspberry Pi enclosure. This is not the thing I thought it was. Where is the Pi enclosure then? BRB again! I didn't put it over here with these materials, did I? Let's see. Got the USB stuff. I don't think so. Got some switches. I shall return. Okay, I didn't find the clear one that I wanted, but I did find two other things. Oh, you know what? This one is conductive. I don't really want a conductive one. I could use one from my Raspberry Pi stuff. Ah! BRB. Okay, yeah. Got this Pi 4 Model B enclosure. Whoa, what's that? Some kind of residue? As oh no! This that's not a good sign. We have corroded batteries. I'm gonna go wash my hands. I'm actually gunning for least time on stream of any live stream. But what's a little battery acid between friends? Okay, let's see. This has an SD card in it. I wonder what this was doing. Micro SD card. No clue. I'll figure it out later. For now, I guess I'll leave that in the pie, but I'll extract it from its case. You go over there. Okay. So, because Raspberry Pis have a bunch of USB ports, I'm going to... Hey, what's up, Paul? Gonna stick that in there. It's probably a bad idea. I don't think it's gonna work very well, but we're gonna do it anyway. Prototype. Hey. Now is the time that I'm going to attempt to remove the excess from here. If there's excess, like, on either side, it doesn't matter so much. It's just sort of anything obstructing the pins. There we go. Nice. Okay, that's a little more stable. If it heats up, it's probably going to retract itself again. Nope, I'm going to hold it in place with something else. It's going to be fine. Man, people with overly loud cars are my natural enemies. Oh well. So I wanted to mark... I don't need to mark which side. I can just attach these together. And actually, I've found that tiny mini binder clips are a decent way to do that. Should I upgrade my methods? I probably should. So let's see, this doesn't fit inside there, does it? And I don't want to fit it inside there. I want it to be on the outside so it looks cool. Shoo, that will need actually a separate... I don't want to power it separately, though, because that'll be a pain in the butt. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just stick micro USB coming out of the same area. Okay, that'll make things easy. All right, so I've got these proto boards, but I wonder if I can fit one of these guys in here. No, I don't want that because I want it to be not connected internally. Is this connected internally? Let's find out. No, perfect. So this has no internal connections, which might be exactly what I want. Maybe. I gotta have a look at these sockets. In the future, at some point, I would love to have everything connected by little audio cables, TRS situation. But in the meantime, I've got these USB jacks. Picked up a couple of double ones. Molex something or other. Got some of these plugs. And I don't think I need those because I'll just use the end off of an existing cable. So I'll shove that back in there. And no, I could just, I'm not going to do any tiny stuff since that would be silly. None of it seem like loose single ones, USB jacks. I think I'm going to go with a double. Where'd you go? Not you. So these are the things I used to use in conjunction to make this power cable. Just like a hub and one of these third-party circuit keep alive thingies. Did I connect those together in some way? Why is it suddenly so well attached? I think it's just a firm attachment point. Okay. Anyway. And it would get horrible and loose all the time, so... Oh, I think this was the audio module. Yeah. Okay, well at least I know where that is. Good. Okay. So I do want to have one of these keep alive, but I want a less thick one. More than around. Let's see. LiPo batteries. Where's the keep alive circuits? I know I had a thing of them. Where did they go? I could have sworn they were around here. Well, I'll deal with the thick one for now, I guess. Where'd it go? Here it is. Oh, I can't find those. They must be around somewhere. Keep yourself alive. Keep yourself alive. Oh, there's the rest of my headers. Nice. Some buttons. We got some hardware. Random wires. More heat shrink. Ooh. More wires. Didn't put it in here, did I? No. Oh, I know where I put them. In another container across the room. At some point, I dumped a bunch of my usual Archimedes stuff into this big bin, and that included these little LEDs for eyes, all soldered up, and another one of these audio modules. It's from DF Robot, the MP3 voice prompter, and we got a pan tilt gimbal from Adafruit ages ago. We got a bunch of crappy USB hubs, one of which has escaped. Come back. And we've got more of these little keep alives, and these are the ones I was looking for because they're flatter. Also, I think you can adjust these with the little screwdriver pot thing. Where'd that other one go I had? It was in a bag right over here. Here it is. I'll just dump that in there. So it's all in one spot. Okay. Now we're getting somewheres. Ideally, my laundry will be done soonish, but for now, I think this is getting too optimistic. I think I'm going to need more space. But where'd those double ones go? Here we are. So I want two that I can just plug my brain and... Oh, there's no way that's going to fit. Oh, and I'm definitely not going to solder those individually. These pins are very much not breadboard compatible, and that was kind of obvious. But I guess I got these for making a PCB with, so that's not surprising. I'll put these over with my make PCBs out of stuff collection. Ah, there's my laundry alarm. I should probably make sure that that actually did decide to dry things this time, but right now I just really want to get some momentum going. So yeah, caffeine. All right, let's see. I've got this. I've got some foam tape somewhere that I'll probably end up using. We've got... Where's the other USB connectors? Here we go. Ah, yes, those are much more sane. These bad boys look like a 0.1-inch pitch, which should match our little snap-off breadboard thingy here. Yes. And by breadboard, I mean protoboard. Yeah, okay. So let's see. How shall I arrange this? I do want to use this case because it's easy. And I've got 3 holes. I shall pull a micro USB out of there for the Circuit Playground Express. Although maybe I don't want to do that. Like, I want it to come. I want all the wires to the devices to come off in the same direction, which is why these hubs have never quite worked for me. And so that means that the micro USB cable has to go through there, which is fine and doable. I could have it come out of here, maybe? That's horrible. I shouldn't do that. Let's see. Let's see. I'll have to cut this anyway. What happened to those other enclosures I had? Let's see. I could also just cut this little storage box. That's my other thought. You know, I can. Oh, I can't take those out. Never mind. What if I used... Got so many like plastic thingies around. There must be something that fits a little better. I've got this thing that I've been keeping micro SD cards in. It's from Muji. And it's got like this on this side and then like a little openy guy over there. I could in theory do like a snap this off, put it in there. Does that make any sense at all? And then I could have... No, I hate that. Let's see. So wiring wise, I want a single USB cable to come in, and do I want it to be single? Yeah, because I have a high amperage output on my battery. So I want one end of a USB cable to come into that. And then these guys go on the other end. Let's see. I think I'll have to snap these. Oh, they're not quite the right pitch, but they're close enough. I can kind of force it. That's a bad idea. Not this guy. I think they're all slightly the wrong pitch. Well, this one's working a lot better. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do it. This looks really stupid, but I'm going to do it this way. That's fine, actually. That's working surprisingly well. Nice. Okay. So we are going to go with this. And just going to kind of push those in there. It's on the inner side. I think I'm going to put them on the outer. Get these guys to sort of forcibly align. Oh, one of the pins definitely went off to the side there. Stop doing stuff. I'm going to move this over to the outside 4, like so. And this one to the other outside 4. Oh, I kind of liked it more when it was in the middle, but I don't think I can fit them both that cozily. Alright. Go in there. You little piece of garbage. It's not garbage. It's very good. I think it's just because I bent the crap out of this one pin. But it also seems like the two middle ones are closer together. Haha! There we go. Beautiful. They're not quite parallel. It's close enough. You know, it kind of does the thingy there. There we go. Yeah. So that's close enough. TM. And so I'm going to solder these two stuff. So what do I want to do? I want to have, yeah, a switch on each of these. Maybe I won't use an enclosure like this. I mean, mangling a piece of plastic with the iron is never the best of times. Eek. Just feels inelegant. But also, like, whatever works. But in this case, it doesn't even work that well if I just force it. Okay, so we got that. I need to find a another USB cable to cut up. And use these little switches, which seem pretty robust, unless I'm mistaken. Oh yeah, we got these nice little 6 pins situation. You know, I didn't look at the pinout for these. It's fine. Figure it out. Stick these back in my jig. I do want to also put a switch on the circuit plant express. Do that. Grab one of those. I think I might. Do I want 2 separate batteries for the lights and brain/motor assembly? It depends on how much amperage I think it's going to draw. Maybe I should have separate ones. It's also nice when, like, if one of them runs out of battery, I can still run the lights. Okay, so I'll have separate ones. But I will still, like, try and contain this somehow, because that's way too wiggly. And that's way too wiggly, and it's all these weird angles, and I hate it. I'm gonna put a switch on it. And a keep alive? Another keep alive? Why not? Where did it go? That's not what that is. There we go. So I do need to find a USB cable to cut up. Ideally a micro USB one with A on one end and micro on the other. So that doesn't seem very difficult at all. Alright, so I like the idea of using white for power in, or at least, you know, some sort of differentiation. So, I mean, for this guy, I want to add a keep alive and a switch. I don't necessarily want to cut up a cable for that. It doesn't have to be that weird. But, none of these have a switch built in, do they? No. I don't mind just yanking the lights when I need to. Like, it's fine having those on all the time because they'll go a whole day on a single battery charge. So, that's gonna just go on a direct little keep alive guy. There we go. Keep losing him. Where did you go? Keep alive. My claws. Yes. Okay, keep alive. Where are you? That is an empty ziplock. Let's go. Fragment in it. Where are you? I just had it. Oh yeah, I put it somewhere sensible. There we go. So we got a speaker fellow. I'm gonna pull the hub off of here. Eat! There we go. That's a nice solid connection. So all this guy needs is a little USB cable like so. And then I should be able to just plug this into a battery and have it go. And that'll be my lights. I think I've got a little battery over here. Yep. So ideally, this should all just work as the light system. And these plug actually into... Oh yeah, I'm supposed to like connect... Are you gonna go? Oh. Is it restarting because it doesn't have enough power? Doesn't seem good. Or did I screw up the thing somehow when I hot glued it? No, it's fine. Ha, okay. Well, no, keep alive then. Perfect. Beautiful. You guys all go in a little area together then. That's working. Although I do need to test that it works with Archimedes. So let's move that stuff over there. For now. Did I have another switch? Yes, here. Okay. All right. That is my collarbones. All right. So more sensible, but not too sensible, because then I won't remember. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so I got to see that his robot lights actually work in conjunction with these, and that means that I need to figure out the connection system, which was super not robust last time. I think I might have destroyed it as well. Did I like take it apart? Basically, those LEDs, that LED strip is continuous with his wings and heads lighting, presumably. But I have to actually connect them. Okay, here we go. It was basically I have another header at the other end of this. Okay. Even if he just has lights and nothing else, it'll be a step along the way. So basically what I need to do is apply headers to the other end of this. And I found a Pringles lid, which kind of fits. Could look like I could do something with that maybe. To jury rig something, but I need to find the other end of this LED strip. Ideally, I would move this entire like flexible conduit all the way around so this isn't sticking out and this isn't sticking out and the other end is a little more protected. That's something I can do in like the car on the way to the event. So I'll just try and scrunch this. Basically the way this flexible conduit works is that like it bulges when you squish it like a Chinese finger trap toy contraption thingy. And then I just gotta like move this bulge further down in order to scrunch. Oh no, it's scrunching the LEDs. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't scrunch the LEDs. No, bad, wrong. Oh dear. Well, I have caused a problem. I put a severe bend in my LED strip, which hopefully... Oh boy, I really screwed that up. Let's see. I have not encountered this problem before. Oh boy. Okay, I need to be able to scrunch it without... Oh boy, I think I made it worse. What the heck? Yeah, I made that worse. Okay, I'm just gonna cut off the end. I was trying to avoid shortening this thing, but like, no, that's not practical. Also, like, it looks like it's heat. Well, if it's heat sealed, then I can heat bond it again. It's fine. I don't think I can cut down this mesh without destroying its weave. Like, that's gonna fray all to hell. But, oh boy. It is not happy with me now. That's fine. I can lose a few inches of this. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oops. Sorry, microphone. Okay. Yeah, Paul, that's why I am using the Keep Alives. because it prevents them from shutting off if it's under circuit. But the LED strip seemed to be working fine without it. It might die after a little bit, but I've always got like an extra keep alive or two with me at these events because of that exact conundrum. I'm definitely going to have one for the controller, the brain of Archimedes, and his motors. Because when the motors aren't on, that's when it really, like, the controller alone, as I'm sure you are aware, sometimes is not enough to draw it sufficient power to keep it alive. Awake. It's more of a keep awake, really. Like, nothing's gonna die if it runs out of power. Okay. So, alright, it does still work all the way to the end despite my manhandling. That's nice. Let's solder on some female headers here. And I'm gonna make some kind of horrible physical connection here. Where are my female headers? There we go. Some nice long ones. Get this lined up. Oof! It's always so stressful. Oh, right, you might not have been on the stream when I was talking about the Keep Alives. Yeah, I've got these, like, 2 different types of third-party Keep Alive modules that I just put in line with whatever I'm doing, but I would like to build it in to the thing next time. Like, one of my, I think this was, like, an issue with the cable and the battery being too wobbly, so I stuck a little rubber thing there to sort of hold them stable, but I'm going to trim a little bit off of this just to make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing and maybe a little bit more functional. We shall see. Go in there. Just the ragged edge here. Close enough. Alright, so I should also make sure that these match properly. But I think I'll just solder it as is and then figure it out later. I'm gonna add some more heat shrink though. It's nice to have found a bunch more heat shrink in here. Let's see. It's a good radius. That is a little tight. Okay. I don't have any more clear. Boo. I think I have only this clear, but it's also the same radius. Yeah, not quite going to do the job. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It won't look as cool, but so it goes. I didn't have any thicker stuff. I've got this yellow, I guess. Oh yeah, I got some black that's... Yeah, actually that's the same size. Okay, so... Where did the... There we are. The big guns. Eat. Alrighty. That's more like it. So, I think I should shorten this though. That's ridiculous. Probably should have just used a regular length of female header, but for some reason I can never seem to find them at my place. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna leave this because sometimes I have to change it around. So Like if the pins don't quite match. Firing up the old soldering iron. I'm not even getting this out of the way. And cutting a piece of this. Make it a little longer. Yeah. And this, yeah. I think I want that to be through there. Just a little awkward, but that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna use this in a bit. This is what I want to saw right here. Turn on my little fume extractor. Tin these bad boys. Hello? Yes, I'd like you to be warm now. Thank you. That's a lot. Whatever. Don't care. I should probably check my laundry before too much longer, just to make sure it actually dried this time. And I'm gonna tin this as well. Just gonna be way down at the bottom of the screen. Do not care. Boop. Go in there. It's a terrible angle to do this at, but who cares? Try and take the stress off of there. Well, that's certainly messy, but seems to have gotten the job done. Make sure that's not cold soldered. Close enough. Let's test it. So now, is that? Hopefully. Ooh, don't flex that too much. Ooh. Test. That's a nice solid connection, actually. Yes. Okay, good. His little face is going. His eyes are actually moonstones, which work as LED diffusers, but also look cool with the lights off as well. Haha! Okay, good. This is great. This is how his eyes look without the lights on. So iridescent. There's like so many different words that are sort of iridescence adjacent. If you dig into it, there's like, I think labradorites have like their own word for it. And then, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll heat shrink, no, I'll just melt that. Where's my little torch? Where did my little torch go? I love that thing. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Oh, it's got the thing cut off. Never mind. Okay, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to find a heat source. Okay, we got a lighter. That's not a lighter. That's a different thing that looks like a lighter. I should have done this in a different order, maybe. Oh, time to be stupid. Just try and keep this stuff from fraying. Fume extractor. Forgot I have a thing for that. Hey. Almost. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's earlier on. It's so funny. You are mentioning many of the things that I've uh run through at the start of this thing, but it's always good to be reminded of them before I put all the bits together, because that's easy to forget. I was talking about how I use nail polish often to mark the matching parts. Or if I'm doing 3D printing parts, I'll use this sometimes to mark iterations of a part. But yeah, uh, they are good points, and I do like doing that. Now that this is... I'm not going to desolder that and shorten the legs and resolder it, because that's just too much. So instead I shall do this. And as you say, I will mark one side. Wait, I thought this was fitting before. I must go larger, it seems. But that's fine, maybe I can get the whole end in one go. Oh no, here we are. I do think I want to keep... I want to do like 2 layers of this stuff, like one just for this circuit, and then one for the... Ooh, is that gonna fit? Might not fit, actually. And then one for the physical shielding, just to have extra stability. Ah, no! It is validating, you know, that I... to have mentioned marking the ground side and such before, and then you mention it as well, like, shows that at least I'm thinking of the right stuff, even though I haven't done this in a while. Go on there. I managed to snag the other end of this on the... I probably should go one size up, but I'm lazy. And I want to use the larger size to get the shielding together. So, there we are. I would like, however... Probably have to cut that shorter. There we go. I'm trying to be too precious about this, but wait. This looks like a random... Oh, I know where that came from. I think. These look good. The other end looks good. It's fine. Go on there. There we are. Make sure that doesn't get snagged again. There we go. Oops. Very fiddly. I'm gonna get this up close to my face so that I can do it tomorrow. Brilliant. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, on some of these... Oh yeah, here's a... I guess I used gold nail polish before to mark the ground side. I should probably do that again, actually. Instead of the blue. I like to mark a lot of my stuff with gold nail polish just to sort of show that it's mine. Doesn't really matter which side is which, as long as I remember which. But like gold goes to gold. Alright. Okay, time to put this abomination together. Where's that red light coming from? The abomination. Okay. And that side is ground. Oh, you know what? It even sticks out a little bit. That's good. Gotta figure out a way to hold this such that... There we go. Like, holding all the bits together. I'm gonna try not to burn myself. But it is tradition. It won't be a real product until I have... Get in there. Oh, it's not actually in there. Okay. Oh, no, and it's already shrinking. My usual approach has been stymied. It works great until it doesn't go in there. I don't know why you're refusing. You piece of garbage. This is a bad idea. It doesn't even fit in there. I'm gonna muck up the headers, but I'm doing it anyway. I just want to stabilize this. This is terrible. Why did I do this? The proper approach was to stop and walk it back. But, yeah, no, that's empty in there. Okay, we're gonna cut this off. We're gonna let it cool, we're gonna cut it off, and we're gonna do it again. Now I have a second piece of this around. Right here. So I shall simply cut it again and do it again, because I like where that was going, even though the first attempt did not work perfectly. Alright. Still kind of hot. I'll leave it be. Because I want to be able to pull that off of the header end in one go. So, what's the next thing I'll need to do? Braid the umbilical. Oh yeah, I need to figure out how to attach this to... I think I should attach both sides of this to a common attachment point, which means... what would be good? Because it's nice being able to unplug it if I need to. I think... In the past, I've done terrible things with twist ties and stuff, but I think we can improve on it. I think the old binder clips are the best way. I'll just like add another piece in between so that it like absorbs some of the... Okay, BRB. Got some protein drink. Oh, you know what I could do? I could use that what do you call it? Anyway, silicone tape. Yes, I will do that. It will be easy. Haha. Okay. Delete it. Oh, pull that out of there, hopefully. Do I need to get a spudger? If you gotta get a spudger for hot glue, you've already lost. I'm gonna use IPA. It's not self-vulcanizing when it's silicone, it's something self-melding, whatever. Yes, the tiny rear view mirror is a new addition. What's up, Chang? I was just mentioning how it was inspired by a conversation I had with Tariq about, how? Oh, about this, synthesizer YouTubist who does the same thing. His name is Cuckoo or True Cuckoo. A very entertaining person who makes good jams. And means I don't have to switch back and forth so much, and I have more brain cell available for doing electronics. Okay, that actually came out pretty cleanly. Let's just grab a sharp thing. I'm gonna make sure once again that this actually works. I didn't screw something up in all of that. Come here. Yes. Okay. He lives. That is horrifying. But, you know, whatever. Okay, cool. Makes me so happy. Alright, so this time I'm gonna use this cool stuff from my Fix-It. I forget what they call it, like self-somethinging tape. Does a similar thing to self-vulcanization like with rubber tape, but instead, just silicone. But first I'm gonna stabilize this a little bit with hot glue. Pull this back. Oh, I got hot glue on it too. That's fine, nobody's gonna see it. Okay. Just gonna do a little bit of this, and then I'm gonna test it again. Oh, I lost the hot glue! How dare you! Go back in there. Oh. Get out of there. Oh no, hot glue everywhere. Oh man, I hate this stuff, but it is so useful in so many ways. Someday I'll learn to use an actual, like, what do they call it? Potting compound or conformal coating for stuff, but for now, this is where I'm at. Oh boy. The nice thing is that for the tape stuff, it doesn't have to be nice, which is good because it definitely is not going to be nice. All I need to do is make sure that the header is still exposed and I got everything sort of like glooped up with decent amount of gloop. There we go. Nice and gloopy. This angle is so weird. I keep thinking that's way further back than it should be, but no, it is correct. Okay, gotta hold this in place. Okay, I have things for this. Right here. Go. There we go. Okay. Ooh. I just like it's when my brain kicks in, man. I took my meds at like 12 today, and I had to do a bunch of boring stuff like laundry and whatever, which I should check actually while I wait for this to cool. Oh, go back the other way. And only now am I finally getting. I've been wanting to like do this for weeks, you know. I like, for once, I will not leave it before to the like very last night before the event, so that I don't have to stay up 8 million hours. But I do enjoy staying up 8 million hours. Oh boy! Used to make hot glue sculptures, legit. I do that, but I usually incorporate my finger in some way and some screeching. Do you do that? Did you put screeching in there? It's a very good part of it. Oh no! Don't want these to be attached together. I do, however, want to get a bit more of this LED strip in there. In the glob. Whoa! Glob life. Ah, performance art. Ah! Nope, 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 nope. Such a substance. Okay. I'm making the mistake of allowing the hot glue and LED strip to both sort of bash all over my keyboard. So who knows if I'm like activating some kind of hotkeys for StreamYard or whatever. But we soldier on. So after I do this, I'm gonna go check on my laundry, and hopefully it's gonna be done, and I can just bring it up in like 2 seconds. And otherwise, I'll return and scream and set another alarm. But let's just. I probably should have. I'm gonna let it sit for just a second and then flip it over before I go downstairs. Let's see. In previous years, I have simply used these little binder clips to hold together like header connections, which works okay, surprisingly. Even with like a little bit of tension on the line. it also helps that, like, that's part of the usefulness of the umbilical cable, is that with all three cables braided together, they kind of all serve as strain relief for each other. Don't correct me on that. I do not wish to be corrected. They are all supporting each other. They are all providing strain relief for each other, and that's that. I mean, it's plausible. If any, like, I try to build in strain relief for each one and all of them. But this way, if like one of them doesn't have enough strain relief, then it's sort of like, hopefully it's compensated for. I'm gonna think some more about what kind of larger enclosure to put the Circuit Playground Express in, because that'll be cool if I can get it to be something translucent. Because it does light up too. Well, at the very least, it's useful to see, like, if it's flashing an error code or something. Yes, so it definitely is running CircuitPython because it's doing that error code flashing thing, or like the status code flashing, which is good. Yeah, I'm gonna use this same tape on the other end too, I think. Okay, I'm gonna let this hot glue cool, and I'm gonna go grab my laundry, hopefully. And in the meantime, feel free to screech at each other, or screech to yourselves, and pretend that it's me doing it, because that's how we do. Protein. And maybe I'll make some more tea. Oh, that is not good. Sponsored by Only What You Need Protein. Ugh, that is not good. Oh boy. It's backwards in the screen anyway, because it's more... Okay. More tea. Oh. Ah, success. Okay. That's one fewer thing I need to worry about. So, the silly thing about this is that even if I go to like 4 a.m., I'm a lot more likely to show up at the thing tomorrow at a reasonable hour versus if I like go to sleep now and try to like get the brain cell to kick in again at an early hour tomorrow. just how it is. Look at this. Chopped apart a little bit. Oh, it looks like you kind of... Well, I think it's close enough. That's fine too. Okay. I mean, I just kind of iterate on this a little bit every year. And if that is what it takes, it's fine. I'm just trying to get myself to the dang event tomorrow. No, that isn't quite connected. And that will make a little bit of a difference. So let's just get that at least connected to itself. Alright, close enough. So, let's see. Some more of this protein drink I don't particularly like, but it's got less lead than Huel. I'm just... one of these companies did actually reach out to me about a sponsorship, and I'm tanking my options with both of them. Lol. Drink protein, it's good for you. Oh man. Didn't I have another tea? Oh yeah! Uh-huh. Alright, so now we're gonna use the cool tape. So this stuff, I should actually look up the page. There's like that, and like Fix-It calls it. Oh, putting your hot glue gun in the wrong place. Oh, that's gonna cause problems. There we go. Okay. Is there another? No, okay. iFixit calls it some kind of tape. Tape. Not polyamide tape. Not tenacious tape, whatever that is. Not suction tape, whatever that is. What are those? It's definitely in the store, but I don't need 592 results. Here we go. Silicone electrical tape, they call it. And it is $5.59 for a nice big roll of it like this. What do you say? Self-fusing! That's the word I was trying to go for. Silicone electrical tape. It's so good. They say something about without sticky gooey adhesives, but, you know, why not both? So, basically cut off a little bit of this, and I'm going to turn my lights back on. Where'd you go? There we are. All my stuff's on timers so I don't just fall asleep and have lights on forever. Okay. You like unwrap a bit of this. I always take too much, so I'm going to try and control myself. Because you stretch it out a bunch. Oh, that's right. I got hot glue on these scissors. Haha! Okay. There we go. Oh, I didn't put it over the umbilical cable, did I? Because that would be annoying. It would look bad. No, we are fine. Okay. So get a little bit of this. Joopity joop. Cut. Then we peel it off of the other side of the backing. And what am I trying to do here? I want to wrap all of this together, but also I'd like to make sure that that silicone sleeve on the LED strip stays vaguely in place. I think it will. I don't think it'll budge that much. And it wouldn't hurt too much if it does. Like, I think that's fine, actually. So I'm going to activate this by stretchy stretch. Yes, I think you can do it in the other axis as well, and it might help, but I'm just gonna do it. Oh no, don't you do that yet. No, I do it in the other axis as well. Ridiculous substance. Okay, here we go. And give it a little wrap here. Try and get everything in there. at some point eventually. No, don't stick to yourself yet. Because that's what it does. It sticks to itself very strongly. In fact, it sort of fuses into a single hunk of itself. And I'm going to have to test the circuit again afterwards. But I'm going to put one more piece on because I didn't quite get it to my satisfaction. It's also it's just so good for like thick and irregular and weird like sizes and shapes of joints and stuff. Oh, I kind of like it with the headers poking out over the mirror. And by it, I mean the camera vantage point. No, yeah, it comes in that color by default. That's just how it be. Stretchy stretch. And the other axis. Stretchy. Okay, and then try not to let it fold over. And give a little... Stretch it some more to get it real tight around the thingy. Especially this area where the conduit was trying to poke through with its little sharp edges. Because I burned it. On purpose. I might add. Okay. Good, good, good. Got these. I'm gonna move these controllers over to the top here, because I might use those later on. And move this out of the way. There. In fact, I'm gonna turn the sorry fume thingy off. Plus, like, the self-fusing silicone stuff doesn't use any heat or anything, which is nice as well. Okay. Let's not short things out just yet. That's for after we've got it all together. Then we short it out, and then we get to curse and scream with this guy. It'll be great. Where's the other end of this bad boy? Here we go. Ah! It just flops all over the place. It's so good. Okay. Did I manage to remember which? Yes. Okay. So now I shall apply the gold if it works. Let's just double check here. That should be the right way because the LED is facing up. Yes. I believe so. But we'll soon find out. I don't think it actually damages it to hook this bad boy up the wrong way, but it doesn't hurt to try and double check a little bit first. Okay. Oh, I got a red light out of this thing, so maybe it's short head or doing the wrong thing. Yeah, that should be flashing yellow. Okay, then maybe I did put it backwards. Where'd you go? Here we are. I am going to wait to mark it, though, until I've tested. There we go. Okay, cool. So now, gold with gold. I also have like gold Sharpies and stuff, but they tend to wear off so quickly. Kind of wonder if like IPA has any effect on this tape stuff, because just put like a mess of that on there, because it does on hot glue. And well, I guess acetone is what I would use on nail polish. I'm gonna triple check this just so I make sure I didn't mark the wrong side by accident. Oh yeah. Good. Okay, beautiful. It looks horrible, but I kind of like that. It definitely looks DIY. Okay, so now that is complete. When I'm off screen at some point, I'm going to braid this together with the motor cables, but it's really nice to just have that now. And let that dry over there. More tea. Where'd you go? Here we are. Okay. So at some point, I would also like to figure out how to affix these together, which I think just means clamping them both to a common object. So I need some kind of, honestly, just like a piece of cardboard would work, but maybe we can get a little bit more fancy with than that. Because I don't want it to be like a, I could just wrap them together if I wanted them to be fused forever, but I do not desire that. It's nice to be able to replace bits modularly. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to do a lazy sort of clamp them both to a piece of cardboard. It'll be fine. What's next on the list? I got the, oh yeah, new USB hub thingy. So that took care of the lights. Now we've got the controller and the motors to power. Oh, this doesn't want to go either way. Fine, whatever. I was making this little USB hub. Let's see. So, I'm not trying to transfer data through this. I'm just trying to transmit power, which makes it a lot easier. And now, it would be pretty cute to have it like this. But I think this is the one that was like too loose. But that might have been the battery's problem. Either way, I'd like to make it so that I can, oh yeah, so I can attach it to the battery. I was going to try and 3D print a sleeve for it or something. Oh, you know what? I'm going to swap these cables because this one is going to be easy to strip. This one is going to be a pain in the ass. So let me just double check that this works. It also does not have to transmit data, but sometimes they have an internal like fray or something. Nope, that works. Yay. Good. Oh, that's a really good tight connection. My goodness. Oof. Okay. Beautiful. Now, yeah, this guy, I wanted to just cut off this end and then I'll have that be the supply. And then I'll have each of these bad boys, these ones, plug in there. Wait a minute, does he already have a controller on here? No, he has two loose servo cables. Alrighty. Oh, this is a mess. Okay, let's first get all his little bits the right way up. Oh boy. Okay. Here's his body. And you know, I think part of the reason my brain wasn't kicking in is because it was too warm up here all day. Like, it wasn't that hot outside, but it was definitely warm up here for some reason. And that just is not super compatible with me. Whatever. Okay. So this little head is gonna go on there. What am I doing? Figuring out connections. Yes, okay, so we got little controllers over there. I did want these switches on here. Do they have the right? I think gotta have the right pitch for this. Yes. No? Yes. Is this breadboard thing the wrong pitch? Because, like, no, it's right. These are just angled weirdly. Okay. Trying to figure out how I want to do this. I think I want to have them on this side so that then it's easy to. How do I want to make an enclosure for these? I wish to. actually scoot these back and get those in? I might be able to do that. I guess it's okay if they're grounded to each other, like they are going to be sharing power anyway. Basically trying to figure out how to like attach these both into here in a fairly solid way. And bend this out. Wow, listening to that is so nice. Where'd it go? Pocket computer? Where are you? It's playing me such nice little musics. Is it under? It's underneath the LED strip. Lol. It is. Oh, it's cathode rays from the Exographer original games soundtrack. The soundtrack is by Jan van der Kruisen. It's the same person who did the Stray soundtrack and a couple of other things that I like. It has a cool interview about both the Foley effects and the music and the sort of like alien, or not alien, the robot like pseudo language in the game Stray. It's a really cool like podcast interview with this guy on YouTube, which I found when I was trying to look up how to pronounce his name. So I was like, I'll just look up this person's like talks and appearances and whatever, and surely they will say it then. And indeed they did. Turns out it is just as Dutch as you would expect. At least I think it's Dutch. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm horribly wrong. I'm just doing some like terrible things to this with pliers to get it to sort of like grab onto this little board rather than fabricating something bespoke, right? I mean, this is bespoke. This is incredibly bespoke. But later on, I plan to make an actual circuit board for this. I don't like how it's tilting inward, because then they might... Well, then I can like clamp them to each other. Am I being stupid or am I being smart? That's the question. I think I'm being okay. Like, it's definitely not the recommended way, but it'll do the thing both mechanically and electrically. Oops, I keep whapping the microphone with my elbow, sorry. Go under. Yeah, that's nice and sturdy. Ha 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 ha! Eat it. I mean, don't eat it. It's made of metal. You know what? You are your own bosses. You can do what you like. Except this is my robot, so don't eat it. I'm hilarious. Go in there, you little thing. You little object. I love these little leggies on there. They're very sort of like insectile, but like bumblebee type legs where they're like short and thick and shiny, just like bumblebee legs. Yeah. Gonna bend this another way and continue being horrible to it. Yes. No, wrong way. No, right way, just not enough. There we go. Oh, if this metal could hate, it would hate me so much. And who knows, maybe it does. But we will never know. Oh, that's bending inward too much, I think. Are these going to be... Well, I mean, as long as they can both fit in there, it's fine. Let's check. The thing I'm doing is attempting to get it so that both the Arduino and the motors can get power at the same time. That actually looks okay. Wait. That looks fine, actually. Yeah. Nice and solid. Oh, that's very solid. Oh my goodness. Good problem. Good stuff. Yeah, okay, cool. And the angle is fine. And I'm just gonna bend this around some more with my little pliers. Make it hate me some more. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should. No, it's fine. Okay, perfect. And if it sucks and dies, then it'll do that sometime during open source, and I'll fix it for teardown. And either way, I'll have some pretty little lights. Okay, here's my horrible thingy. They do point at each other, but both the cables can fit. They're not actually shorting in the middle, but I'm gonna... Oh, you know what? They totally will be because they're contacting the same thing. But that's just common grounds. The casing of these things is usually ground, and that's okay. Like, I can still switch off the power to one and have the other one. It's not great practice. I probably shouldn't do that, but if I'm too concerned, I can just unplug it like usual. Maybe I shouldn't have this, but it's good for mechanical stability. If I wanted to be a little more clever, I'd put something in between to insulate, but I don't really care too much. Okay. Yeah. So now switches. And I gotta figure out the wiring on these things. Let's look up the USB old school pinout. USB 2.0 pinout. I was looking this up recently for another... Oh, I think I was ordering parts. Boy. There we go. USB 2 Type A pinout. Anything below 3. I think 3 has 9 pins. Okay, let's see. Well, that is tiny. Thank you. Oh, wrong window. There you go. Okay. Let's see. These are terrible diagrams. Well, they're okay. So, on the battery side, I'm just gonna have to visualize this a bit. So the female side, like show, top down. These guys are also the female side, right? Okay, so do I actually have them hooked up correctly? I do. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna have... Where did that cable go? I was gonna cut up here. Here we are. Wait, is that it or a different thing? That is a USB-C. That is different. Where's my little sacrificial cable here? Where'd you go? It ran away because I didn't want to be cut off. Here we are. Haha. Okay, so I'm gonna cut up this guy. I'm gonna take the A side. Give him the chop. I might want to use this other end though. I'll just leave enough there. I want to be able to fold this around a little bit if need be. Okay. Put that in my little... one of my little trays here. Okay. And we are going to strip this, the outer casing first. Okay. Then we get these two coming off of it. And that's going to be pretty fragile. So typically this is like the voltage. Oh, that's just so tiny, man. Whatever, that's always the case. I'll just put a bunch of mechanical strain relief on it. Alrighty, we've got those bad boys, then we got this one. Probably the ground, but I'm going to check with a multimeter real quick. Oh man, I love this music so much. He's such a great composer. Okay. And, try, yeah. Okay, so, hopefully, you know what, maybe I'll plug this in first. This is where the current Keep Alive device would be handy, but whatever. That won't be delaying too long before I look this up. Oh, come on. .6. Okay. Well, close enough, I guess. It's probably just, I don't know. Anyway. Wait, that was positive, right? Not negative. That's the main thing I needed to check. Let's do it once more. Okay, this time I'm going to turn on the thing. Then I'm going to hook it up the way I think it should go. And ideally, it will, oh, interesting. Ideally, it will show me positive number. Yes. Why are you acting like you're a LiPo? 3.6, this should be fully charged. Yeah, IDK. There's probably a reason for that somebody like Paul knows, but whatever. Okay, so confirmed that the red one is voltage and the white one is ground. I'm gonna need to do a little bit of fancy globbing in order to split this, and then I'm going to immediately immobilize it with hot glue as much as possible so that it does not break these teeny tiny little wires. Horrible little things. They're so small. You can barely see them. Anyway, yeah, so let's see. So, okay, so these are the female side, blah, 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 blah. There's pin 1 is voltage. That looks like the opposite of what it says on the diagram. What the hell? I think they got the diagram flipped upside down. That's horrible. Let me double check though. Yeah. These appear to be reversed from each other. Thanks, guys. That's real nice of you. Whatever. Okay, so with the pins facing down. Okay, I'm gonna keep using gold for ground. So I'm just gonna mark that. It's gonna be on the right side, yeah. Straight over here. Close enough. And I'm definitely gonna get that all over my hands, but that's fine. So, need to solder this on this way. And I think I'll strip this a little bit more so that I have a little more to work with. I can actually devote 1/2 of the circuit board. That might make it more confusing though, because I'm splitting each one into both sides. No, it's good to have more room to work with. Okay. So now I'm going to make a track on each side of the board for one of these. Like so. And I'm going to wire each of those to a part of the USB jack. So I've got some tiny little brown ones, which will serve as my ground well enough Just using little breadboard jumpers because whatever. And then I'm going to use, sorry for the loud noises. These are too long. I could cut one in half though. Let's do that. Oh my god. Yum, yum, yum. The nice thing is I can kind of do this, well, you know, famous last words, but I can kind of do this while I'm half asleep because I build in a lot of testing. If you've watched me testing that LED strip like 8 times in a row. Oh, lordy. That is more likely to happen. But honestly, I'm likely to throw stuff around no matter what. All right, let's cut this in half. And then we shall strip both of these free ends. And we'll have 2 little ground guys and 2 little voltage guys. Man, this soundtrack's so good. I'm listening to... where'd it go? Yeah. It doesn't need to be plugged in anymore. More of this soundtrack. Underwater from Exographer. It's so good. It's just super chill, but interesting music. Okay, let's see. I need to solder some things. Oh, I didn't run out of battery on there, did I? Or did you shut off because it's been a million years since I used you? Let's see. No, it's got battery. Oh, it's low on battery. I just charged you. Oh, that's weird. It looks like it's got a weak connection or something. I might have screwed with it somehow. Okay, anyway. Time to solder some things. Let's tin all these bad boys. I'm going to clamp this. Here are my little wires of various colors. Here is my little board. Oh, and the switches. Okay, so I'm going to put the switches in the... Maybe I should put the switches in the ground side. No, because the ground side is always going to be shorted between those two. So instead, I shall put them in the voltage side, which is going to be the... Do we say right side? With the pins facing down. As they are. Yes. Oh, right, that's because I already marked it. Okay, so we're going to put switches on the right side of each one. Maybe give a little space there. Or, yeah. Put it in the middle-ish. Go in there. Maybe I should use a longer switch, actually. These are pretty small. I want something where I can just reach into my bag and do it. Okay, let's see. Switches. Okay. Buttons. I think I got some big old switches in here. Unless I made that up. Oh, I might have made that up. Okay, we'll put them. I was just messing with them for reasons. Here we go. Oh, these are surface mount though. If my new arc... Oh, wait, my new arc order did come. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Okay, hold up. Where did I put it? Here. Okay. Time for a big box of stuff. Let's see. We got something that is not really labeled. I mean, it is. I'm gonna have to open up some of these bad boys. forgot that I hadn't dug into this yet. Okay, what's this? Giant resistors. Dang, those are huge. Large. Okay. What else we got in here? Somewhere in here are some switches. They're like a reasonable size and shape. This is LEDs. Okay. These should be pretty bright though. How many are in here? I thought I had more than this. 5? I definitely ordered more than that. This was a whole weird thing where they like lost the order. And then I had to like chat and email them to get them to move it along. Oh, multi-column pro resistors. More resistors. 10 ohms. Oh yeah, okay. To match the some of the LEDs in particular. What's this? Attention! Observe precautions for handling electrostatic sensitive devices. I'm not going to observe any precautionary measures. Where's my little knife? Where's my little knife? There it is. Tiny little Leatherman squirt from an Intel promotion many years ago. Oh my god, that was 11 years ago. But look at it. The original ones we had had a little wire stripper in there instead, but I don't mind the pliers. They're quite nice too. Always cut away from yourself, kitties. Sure. More anti-static tape to cut. Alright, go. There we go. What's in the box? It is another anti-static bag. What do we got here? Some more of these. They are blue. Oh, I got a bunch of those. Nice. Okay. I'm not going to put them back in that box. What else we got? Oh, some of these things are labeled on the outside. We have got more USB connectors. Interesting. Those are plugs. I wonder if they confused it with a past order. Okay, little 6mm tactile switches. What we got here, this does not say. We shall soon find out. Is aha! Big beefy switches. I knew I had some of those. Only 5 of them though. Oh well. What's in these other ones? Let's find out. 2 more little boxes in here to open up. It's always a good idea to use sharp implements after 1 a.m. Just more blue LEDs. I got so many blue LEDs. Oh, well, I think I was trying to check. I was going to test 2 different ones. That's why. Ooh, that's why I have 2. Okay. Okay, one more. Why is it just easier to do electronics after midnight? I do not know. Oh, I was gonna dye my hair again. You know what? That is not a top priority, but it is best to do soon after you wash your hair so that the dye takes up well. Oh well. If I do it tomorrow, it'll be fine. What's this? Green LEDs. Okay, how many? I got only like 5 again? What the hey? That's so weird. I think they like repeated part of a past order. What a weird thing. That's so strange. But at least I got these buttons. Or switches rather. Haha. That's the important part. Okay. I'm gonna use these big beefy. Well, honestly, these don't protrude even that much. Like, they're still pretty. They do make a nice noise though. Okay, which of these feels They are bigger than the other ones, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't have to use my fingernails. Okay, I do like that the other ones have 6 pins, so they're a little bit more robust, but that's fine. So, just need 2 of these. I should put those back in the box so I can test them later on. Okay, so now we have these bad boys. They're gonna go here. Actually, let's see. Might as well put them actually in line. Do I want to? I think I'll put them on the opposite side. Is that a terrible idea? Then I can like shield the back of it all at once. Yeah. It'll be flatter if I do it like so. It doesn't really matter. I'll figure it out while I'm using it. Okay. Those are some sturdy legs on there. All right, so we're gonna do a little snaky cobra type shape with this. Turn on my fume extractor. Grab the old soldering iron. Nice. Attempt to not burn the crap out of myself because I'm touching the plastic. Okay. Let's get this at a different angle. Right. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. I should at some point also actually solder those jacks in. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Try and get this to do its thing. Ooh! There we go. Got an extra little blob on there, but that shouldn't affect anything. Okay. And tin the other one, tack the other one in place as well. Have I got this backwards yet? No. That looks correct. Yeah. Okay. Same thing again. That would be nice to have this. Feels a little bit like overkill for, just trying to get this thing together, but this is how I keep ending up with, like, broken robots over the years, is by, like, just sort of putting them together in a way that wasn't very durable. And so hopefully this will stay durable enough that I can use it at least until I can make a PCB to replace this part. And hopefully such that I can even use it as a backup, which is something I never really have. Alright, here we go. Get it in there. Oh, you know what? I don't have to do this the stupid way anymore because I've already got this tacked in. Let's actually do this and move the solder to the part instead of vice versa. There we go. No, yeah, not quite. There we go. Is that doing nothing? Yeah, it still kind of looks crappy, but that's close enough. Alright. Oh, there we Where's that battery? Let's put that over there. There we go. And now I shall redo the ones that I tack soldered in an actual proper way. So, I'll need an extra couple of voltage wires, I guess, but that's not a problem. Where did they go? Here we are. Because the ground ones can just get directly connected, whereas I don't want to strip that many ends of a thing, man. I just can't. You know, but it is a conveniently short size. I'll go for it, fine, whatever. Okay. Oh, hydration. I feel like we talked about this hot glue sculptures thing at some point because Chick and I met in person for the first time at Chasing Wonder conference last year, and someone had brought a candy 3D printing pen, and I feel like it must have come up at some point during that little adventure. But anyway, let's see. We got some wires to cut in half. And strip and tin. But you know what? These aren't so bad. At least they're nice and beefy. Lots of things being beefy right now. Anyway. I make a lot of exasperated noises, but this is my happy place. Hack o'clock. Let's see. I'll bend these a little bit so they can just like... This is a terrible way of doing this. I'm actually gonna sit it in between there and just glob a crap ton of solder onto there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It will be fine, actually. I might actually sort of like... This is a terrible idea. It's fine. Like, sandwich both of these in a horrible sort of way. Go in there. Go in there. It was tasty. You made me a little fox. It was so good. Fox. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, it's terrible. It's moving all over the place. You know what? I also should have put this on the other side of the thing, but too late now. Lol. Oh, that's terrible. No, just move it. Just move the thing. You can just move it. Also, I should have tinned or like soldered that in place first. Let's just solder these down. Do-do-do-do. Oh, no worries. There is no rush on the little fox model thingamajig. That is purely for funsies. There you go. And here's the other one. together, because why not? There's probably a reason why not. Oh well. I gotta up the power on this bad boy. Or you know what? I could just relocate closer to it. Picturing Dana Carvey, it certainly does suck. Why did I do that? That's gonna take forever. Close enough, whatever. Okay, time to mess around with some terrible little wires. Where'd it go? Here it is. Cool! I really made a mess of this thing. Thought that was kind of on purpose, so. Let's say. Brain has been vetoing 3D sculpting. Yeah, that is how it goes. Okay, now. But this horrible little slice thing. No, because that's more likely to. I mean, is it actually gonna short on anything though? Because, like, those two middle pins aren't really gonna be connected to anything. I think it's fine. I'm still just on principle though. I'm gonna avoid shorting them. I do need to tin this though. Oh lord! Yeah, this I've been spoiled by working with silicone coated hookup wire. Look at that. Look at how squishy that is. It's a disgrace. I mean, it can't help it. It's from a time before then. Before we had silicone coated wires. I think. Like, it's perfectly likely I've been carting around these particular wire scraps for like oh lord knows how long. That'll do. Oh yes. I don't have a drawer for my assorted lengths of wire, but I do have. I've kind of got multiple drawers for it. Like, here we have surplus little bits of wire that are sort of three specific sizes. These are clipped off resistor leads, and these are clipped off header bits, and these are clipped off whatever they were clipped off from, and this is like actual breadboard wires. And then we got jumper wires. We got male to male, male to female, and female to female, and also ones that have just been like hacked off halfway. We got some actual spools of silicone coated wire. Very long lengths. It is pleasing to look at, isn't it? There's also a random screwdriver set in there that maybe I should take out of there. Also, these don't even go in that drawer. But I did actually label this drawer for once. Can't see that. You know what? Actually, this kind of puts me in... I don't know. I think I do want to see Elder's Wire storage. This soundtrack actually kind of reminds me of Seven Waves by Suzanne Ciani, which is an amazing album, so I'm going to listen to that now. Got to see her live recently in San Francisco. Synth legend. Okay, I'll turn down that exhaust fan a bit. Let's see. I figure out the length, then I'm going to tin this. Unless I already did that. Nope. That's pretty good. Looks good. That should work okay. Oh, this album is so good. Gotta fix the neck. Okay. Shoop-a-doop-a-doo. Now, I'll put... Oh yeah, the whole point of this is to put this guy onto there. And I'll hook up both of them, so... Yeah. Just like... I'm gonna stick this through here for strain relief. Like a clever person. This is going to be a little obnoxious though. Ugh. Tiny little wires. I've stuck them through. I'll just stick the whole thing through there. You know, like bend these bad boys down. Twist them again to get them to go through the dang holes, and then I'm gonna have to probably burn myself trying to keep them in place while I solder them. Pain in the butt, but rewarding when it works out. Yee! When I was a small child, I had much tinier fingers. I'd use them for knots and things to undo knots. And then I was like, I am Dr. Small Fingers. Go in the hole, you piece of garbage. There we are. Okay, now is the part where I probably burned myself, but it's okay. Basically, this wire has very thin shielding on it, and I'm going to try and hold it in place while I do a horrible maneuver to solder it in place. Go under. That looks like a good join. One little strand of the wire escaped me, but that's fine. Okay, now, again, I didn't actually burn myself. Does that mean it didn't work? These things require a sacrifice. Oh, stop magneting yourself over there. Twisting around. This one's kind of staying in place on its own. I don't really trust it. Looks okay. Okay. It also appears to have worked. Oh, yeah, maybe. Other types of sacrifice. I think if you sacrifice another project, like what I'm always doing at the last minute like this is like severely toning down my expectations and being like, do I need that thing or that thing or that thing? And it's like, just like choose one thing to focus on and keep shrinking the goal until, so it's sort of like hopes and dreams, sacrificing hopes and dreams. Did I not solder all the pins on this? Oh. Feels wiggly. I did solder all the pins. Maybe the housing is just wiggly. Don't like that at all. They're both wiggly. Boo. Oh, that did come out a little bit. No, I think this shielding just melted a little. Classic. Okay, so... 4 more wires to solder on, and then I shall test it. I don't think these are long enough, these little ground ones. I gotta pick some up. Something else. Oops. I might do some continuity testing, though. I'm gonna do that in a minute. Okay, so let's see. I'll take the longer brown ones. These are not designed to be soldered, which is why their shielding kind of sucks, but whatever. They're pre-cut lengths of wire with specific colors, so I'll take what I can get. Yeah, there we go, that's more like it. Okay, this needs to be tailored a little bit. Gotta bend in that straight, and then... That might be long enough. Go. There we go. Pull that out of the way so it is certain not to short. I am going to have to wire some of this on the opposite side of the board. But for now, we party. Get in there. Hahaha. Cheers. Let's see. I'm gonna do a glob on the other side. No, I think I'll do one over here and then do a glob. Okay. Do this and see. Put that over there. Almost reaches again. Okay. Once again, we do a little lengthening procedure. Go to, there we are. I have this thing right here. There we go. That's some decent globbage. I gotta glob it over to the ground lead. Do enough of that and you just end up with a ground plane. Yeah, it's fine. Maybe a little more. If I'm gonna be pulling this kind of garbage, I probably should be using thicker solder, but whatever. That would require mental effort. Okay. I'm gonna toss a little bit of continuity here. Oh, the Chiani music is just coming to a climax, so I can't, like, interrupt now. There we go. Oh, it's so good. This is gonna make some little beeps, hopefully. Hopefully. Let's see. I wish to grab it somehow over here. Yeah. It's not quite the part that I want, but maybe I got a bit of the casing shit doing it. Because I'm feeling that shit. Let's see. That's not a good sign. Wait. Oh, it's not doing it anyway. Why aren't you beeping? Oh well. At least it's showing all right on the screen. So ideally, I should be able to get continuity from the ground wire into the ground of the housing. But maybe it isn't actually grounded. Maybe it's actually isolated. That'd be cool. Okay. I don't have a way to clip onto here anymore. Oh, that works. Okay. So hopefully I should be able to get this at least. Okay, that's good. And you? Poke at a random spot, nothing happens. That's good. Poke at the original ground wire. Now we get a thing. Okay, good. This is good. Should probably test the other one too. Just for funsies. Yes, good. Okay, cool. I don't know why it's deciding not to beep today, but that's fine. Is that like an option thing? Hold light. Oh yeah. Select. Oh! Oh yeah. That's good. Alright, so globbing all day, globbing all night. Globbing all day gets the circuit done right. Okay. As the hour gets later, the humor gets greater. For certain values of greater. Time to do the sky over here. Maybe I should do the little bridgey crossy one first. Yeah. It's kind of horrible, but it's okay. Get this to that pin of the thingy. Okay. Oh, the middle pin. Gotcha. That's not bad. Okay, get that. Over to the other pin. Here we are. Close enough. It's not that short. No. Even if it gets damaged? No. Okay. I haven't tinned these, but they're already kind of like rigid and stuff. It's fine. Okay. Get this guy to the metal pin. It's easy, so I'll just bring these. I don't even care if that's a spammer saying keep up the good work. With all the numbers in your name. I will take it. Go in there. Go in there! Keep this up long enough, I'll start getting the European crowd. Haha, there we go. Unless they're all at EMF camp, which they should be. Because EMF camp rules. Yeah. Probably gonna lose that one on the other side because I didn't think this through, but it's fine. By which I mean it's only held in place by a very little bit of friction. And it's on the other side of the board. But that's okay. Oh, there we are. Probably should have used a jumper here, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna glob it. Globs everywhere. Maybe I'll put a little now listening sign on the thing. Let's see. Oops. Oh, that's too much banner. Can't you make that? Why is it still cutting it off? Piece of garbage. Whatever. Okay. life. If you're gonna live the glob life, it's best to use lead-free solder because it's a lot easier to build up little shapes because it doesn't transfer heat as easily in terms of like a lot of people hate lead-free solder because it's more likely to sort of freeze up on you and be harder to heat up the entire glob. But in this case, that's what I want. I want it to be able to glob up and like keep part of the glob stable while I add more onto it. Oh, what's this thing? Ooh, I like it. Okay, let's see. If this works, then I shall stabilize it with hot glue and such. Pray for me. I'm probably gonna end up shrieking. We shall see. Where's my big old battery that I want for this? My chair always makes noises when I sit down, and I promise it's not my guts doing that. Okay, so this little guy is gonna have a keep alive in the circuit, as mentioned by Paul a minute ago. These two little guys are both for keeping the battery awake, even if not much is drawing much current through them from the battery. So if I do this, then I should be able to power. Oh, instantly turned off. That's not a great sign. Maybe I should use one of the cheaper batteries. Haha! I hope I didn't short anything. Let me do a little quick visual check. I should also turn both of these off real quick and not have it sitting on the surface. Let's see. I think they're both wired up the same way. Okay, I'm gonna try plugging in the lights to one of these at a time. The only real problem is if I screw up that nice big battery, because then I'll be screwed from my robot. Oh, that's right. This like really grabs on there, huh? Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah. No. The main problem is if I manage to like melt these. I don't think they're shorting on each other though. Give another shot. Okay, so I make this one go on. That's not doing anything. And if I plug it in directly, cool. Have good sleeps if I don't see you again before then. Okay, so it works directly from the battery. It does not work through the thingy, so that's not optimal. It seems like there might be a short in that line, maybe. Or it might just not be transmitting, but like, I think it's a shut off on the battery. Oh, it's still doing it. Okay, so maybe I did short some crap out. That's not good. Maybe I misunderstood these switches in some way. Let's see. Oh, that one's not even like fully connected. So I don't know how that one would be shorting out. There's definitely issues with these jackets on these wires definitely do suck, but I don't see a particular reason why this stuff should be shorting. Maybe I do have them backwards. Let me check the pins on these. You know what? I should check a second source on these pins because that looks right. Voltage, ground. Supplying voltage. The thing I'm powering has a very definite polar orientation. What's this? Huh. Are you ragging on my little ad hoc adapter thingy not working the first try? Because in my opinion, that is extremely science. Yep, that is the correct orientation. Oh, well, that's a male one. Here we go. So that is indeed correct. Alrighty. If that is in fact what you meant, that's pretty fucking rude. But feel free to correct me. This is also like a stream that is not intended to be instructional. This is just me hanging out and making some stuff. Let's see. Is it shorting on itself? This makes no sense. I'm going to try and solder that extra connection that I did not do. Alrighty. Oh yeah, so as this is mainly just like a hangout while I do this stuff, it is under the just chatting category. At least I think it is. That's close, but it is not bridging. And even if it were bridging, that would not short it. That would actually just make it stay on. I didn't do continuity testing on this part though, so let's give it a shot and see. Yeah. Oh, podcasts. Interesting. Huh. Curious. Well, I will have to check that out later. David is actually also in town for open source, so we can have a look at it together maybe. Let's have a look at this with the multimeter real quick. And if all else fails, I'll just do my usual hub thing, but it would be nice to have a bespoke thingy. But also, if I make it as a PCB, then I won't have to worry about late night soldering jobs. Wow. Go under. I wonder why it's straight up. This didn't seem to have any internal connections, but maybe it does, in which case no wonder it was shorting. No, it really does not look like it has any. Like, it says solderable breadboard, but like there clearly are no copper traces connecting anything. Oh! On the other side there are. I only looked at one side of the board. No wonder. I soldered all of those pins in the same row. That's like a number of hours. So it goes. Well, now I have that useless item. But at least we figured it out. Should have used the snappable proto board. So it goes. Fortunately, that is not mission critical. I can just plug it into a hub like usual. With a keep alive. Now the main thing I want to do is like attach Archimedes' head. And that's always been an issue. I've completely reworked his torso, which means that now this one was the one that was having problems. And let's see. Do I have the red one around? Ahahaha. Okay. Here's another red one, which has a little enclosure on it, which is nice. Hopefully this one won't wiggle around as much. So, we're gonna braid those guys together. And we're going to attach his head. Oh, did that finish drying? Yes, good. Okay. And then my robot will have a head, which is what we all want in life, really. This little wire, the little button no longer wants to work. Oh, you can't see what I'm talking about, but that's fine. Okay, so what I want to do is connect. Can I like interlace these somehow? No. I think I just need a flat piece. Pardon me. I reworked his head so that instead of... There we go. So that instead of having his... this is my first time with the mirror, so bear with me, thank you. Yeah. Almost. There we go. Anyway, so previously I had the servo mounted inside his head, and that caused a lot of extra strain on the main motor in the body as he leans forward and back. And oh, you are way keeled over for some reason. There we go. Okay, so I can re-angle this for a sec, because there we go. So Archimedes, my little owl guy, used to have one of his servos in his head, and that caused him to overbalance more and to stress his torso motor more. Oh, I might have to pack it in soon, but not before I get this working. Okay. So I moved that into a direct connection with his body, and now it's in one like much more sturdy single torso piece that holds both servo motors' bodies, but I have to figure out how to connect these servo horns up here to whatever I've got going on in his head, which is like this triangle piece here. So I feel like I designed something for this in Onshape at some point, but I'm not gonna 3D print something at 2 a.m. I could 3D print something in the morning, but then it's gonna take me a lot of extra time to get going in the beginning of the day, and I'll get there a lot later. So I'm gonna figure something out for tonight. I'm not gonna hot glue anything because that will just lead to pain later on, even though it's always very tempting. Once I start yawning, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna think about it a bit. Look at that. I could use wire in some sort of way. That's a terrible idea. I swear. Let's have a look at Onshape, because I'm pretty sure I designed something for this. Onshape. And I'm gonna unplug this hot glue gun, because I don't need that anymore because the thing I was going to do strain relief on, I completely shorted out for being overly cavalier about it. But that's how it goes. Oh, don't go in the garbage. There we are. Let's see what we've got. G3 hit. Yeah, the thing is that, like, I don't want it making, like, transmitting stepper motor noises down to the people below me through the floor, you know? I've got some sound buffering stuff on the table, but I'd rather not risk it. Okay, so this was the thing that I modeled, I guess. I see. It just doesn't mate with the last thing that I put on the inside of his head. This is a little light baffle for isolating the LED light in his eyes, which I have not on this version of the Medes. I've just like got some a single piece of LED strip glued on the back there with a bunch of hot glue for just fusion, along with the moonstones. But on another piece in here, I do have the baffle. Anyway, let's see. To attach his head to his body, need to figure out a way to do that robustly. Let's see. I might just design another 3D printed thing real quick, and then I'll print it in the morning. Print it in the morning, print it in the evening, print it at summertime. Anyway. What do I want to do to attach this? Like, I think something 3D printed would be best, because that way I'll be able to get a really nice grip. Because it needs to be stable, like stably connected in the vertical dimension, as well as not the... Is that yaw? Yeah, it needs to not yaw. What is it? Roll, pitch, yaw. Yeah. So, I think magnets. Magnets make sense. Because I'm also going to need to be able to take his head off later on. Is this the way? Oh, I had some magnetic standoffs specifically for this. Where did I put them? So now this bad boy, this protoboard is not connected at all on the inside. It's just a protoboard. But I should have known from them calling it a solderless breadboard. Or solder... whatever it says. Okay, let's see. I wish to find those magnetic standoffs. Oh, Suzanne Ciani has finished her waves. Time for new music. What else did I do before? Let's put on some... a lot of this is kind of intense. Let's do a... I think I finished that other one. Let's see, soft work time. I'm gonna do something else without words. We're gonna actually go into the Stray soundtrack and I'll work vibes 23. Okay. So, I am finding the magnetic standoffs, yes. Always a challenge. But I know that I set them aside for this project, which means that they should be somewhere in the roughly immediate vicinity. That goes over there. Stuff for filming. A container from some circuit boards. badges. Oh, this is all good stuff. Yes. No wonder I had it around. Okay, put those standoffs though. Let's put that with the other one. Yes. Okay, and now 23 screws. Very good. Stuff for the elevator. We got a ultrasonic sensor. We got sensor watch. I'm going to put those things together. Oops, there we go. Let's see. Some tools away. Found a bunch of EEG stuff and my flipper 0. Those are not magnetic standoffs. Okay. Much as I would love to power through, either way, I'm going to have to wait until morning to 3D print stuff so I don't disturb my neighbors. And I also need to like dig around and look for these magnetic standoff. Yes, magnets are always the answer. So that being the case, I am going to leave a bit of this for tomorrow, which feels like a mistake, but also like I should be getting more sleep in general. Like my doctor keeps yelling at me about that, so I'm gonna try and go to sleep at a vaguely human hour. Except I'm also going to dye my hair again. I dye my hair, I'm going to put my laundry away, and I'm gonna find the standoffs, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go blast it into open source like the last cowboy in Reno or something. That didn't make sense, but also that's probably not a good thing, even if it did make sense. But anyway, that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do my usual cartoon character situation and maybe see some humans there at open source, and if not, see you on the internet. Hack on.